Hi, Shaima. Thank you so much for coming on the Foghorn Podcast.
Hello, Miss Jasmine. I'm glad to be a part of the Foghorn Podcast with you.
Thank you. So, what would you like to share with us today?
There's a small story of my life which I would love to share. This particular journey of mine, because I feel 80% of the teenagers or the students are focusing or maybe even facing this fight in convincing their parents about what particular subjects or the particular fields they want to study.
Wow.
I'm a dropout from school after completing my O-levels. Personally, I had no plans of continuing my studies like with A-levels. Instead, I wanted to continue with my higher education. My passion was to be an interior designer. So that was a hard time convincing my parents, because interior designing is something where you have to work outside. You can't like sit in one place and you can't work. So my parents are like more of a brown family, I would say, like so much of restricted rules, like how in Muslim
Really?
culture, there are some particular rules that are set for girls, like how, like in 19 or 18, they are to be married, a specific limit for education. Not all the families, I would say, but some are set with these rules. So I was like, I'm a person from that family, I would say, where I had a hard time convincing my parents. So like what I would say is, besides the gala time I had school with friends, I felt very hectic the school life. So what really I had a hard time convincing my parents.
What did they want you to study?
They wanted me to study something that benefited me in a way, like from like, how can I say, like I can stay at home and earn, or like something which is very suitable for a girl, because interior designing, like you have to meet a lot of industrial people like who have, so it's something like that. It
Okay.
was a hard time convincing them, but overall I won in convincing them.
Wow. And
Like
how? How did you convince them?
I did not describe, or I did not compare myself with my cousins, like because all of them were, all of them were educating themselves, but I was it took a hard time for me. I had to say that education is something like which is going to benefit me even after I marry, because it's not gonna stop. Like it's not gonna stop. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So, in the end, they agreed.
yes, they agreed. But I did my diplomas. I completed my diploma, and I had to pause for a while for some personal issues. So and I wanted to continue. Like the pause was for a year maybe. So I was thinking like I had to go through another hard journey in convincing them to continue with my studies. But it was easy because I would say I have already made them understand. I have told them that not every family is not thinking the same way. They want their daughters to get educated. They want something to be achieved, because it's not only me who is going to be proud of my education, it's them too, because my parents have been very, very, very supportive, both financially and physically, and I would say they have never let go of either me or my siblings at any situation. But the fact that what they like I felt that they felt that the career I chose was beneficial, or just it was just satisfying me. they never thought like outside the box, like how they're fulfilling my dreams, like how I'm going to benefit from this, because we are the ones who should fulfill our passions, our
Yeah.
dreams. It's we can't change our dreams for others, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a goal I have been built, and I have been dreaming since childhood.
Wow.
So it's something that I wanted to become, and I'm still striving harder to, like, fight, and fight in the sense not physically, like I'm striving for my education.
Where are you? Are you based in, where are you based?
I'm from Sri Lanka.
Oh, okay. Are you in Sri Lanka now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just wondered. Okay. So how did you feel when at first your parents said you couldn't study what you wanted to study? Like, how did you feel?
um Feelings were, that was a hard time, because once I finished diploma, the people around me, the relatives, even the friends, like each time they asked, okay, they knew that I completed my diplomas, but then they have kept on asking, like how I would say, like, what are you doing now? What are you studying? So those things like stressed me off. Those, like, when people disagree or when they demotivate you, it's something that stresses you so much. And I went through a state of confusion when my parents were not agreeing with what I wanted to study, because they were saying some benefits, maybe the disadvantages of this field, and I was on the other hand was thinking whether this will benefit me, or because it was, the motivation was lacking around, I
Yeah,
would say.
no
And
motivation
I didn't
from
know.
you. Yeah, no
uh,
motivation just from you. Yeah, that must have been tough. Yeah.
because people around me was like 80%, I would say, they were demotivating, because maybe because of the practices they have been, I don't know, but I did not know like whom to trust and share my feelings. I did not know who are the people going to motivate me, like with what my dreams or the things I wanted to do.
So how did you
And
just keep going?
mainly I went through ignorance.
How did
Sorry.
you how did you keep going when everybody around you were like seems to be like against your decision? So how did like what made you just keep thinking, no, I've got to do this. I can't give up. Like what kept you in that state of mind?
I was actually more boosted, I would say, when people like kept on asking, what do you do now? What am I studying? Like, even when they knew that I was not doing anything. And I kept myself motivating because I believe in myself. I believe in what I do, and I believe in my dreams, because I have not changed my goal. I have not changed the passion of being an interior designer, though my parents or though the people around me went against my passion or my dreams, I would say, because I'm not fragile. I'm not fragile. So I want to prove myself that I completed, I proved what I wanted to study. I want to prove them.
Yeah. How long did it take to convince them?
It took a while. I'm not exactly sure, because diploma was quite easy, but from diploma to continue the rest of the studies was it took a year maybe,
Wow.
because it took a year. But that time, I would say, that year was not actually wasted. I learned what my mother wanted, because she wanted me to do fashion designing. So for her satisfaction, I learned sewing. I did a lot of baking. I bake. I run a small business. So that was
Wow.
actually like stress relieving. because interior designing is something you have to like work, and it's a stressful life, I would say. But baking, though, I put myself into small things that made me happy and made me excited, because I did not want to feel that a year is being wasted and it's away from my journey.
Yeah.
So I just tackle the situations like with excited things around.
Wow, that's amazing. And you mentioned about the power of self-belief, like you having this self-belief kept you focused and going. Where did that self-belief come from? Like, how did you create such strong self-belief?
I'm a person who believes in my prayers a lot, I would say. Like each time, even in my happy moments or even the sorrow times I've been through, I just go and pray. That's like the first thing I would say to
Yeah,
anyone,
yeah.
because I believe in God. Like you get what you have, whatever is blessed for you is what you get. Whatever is written for you is what you get.
Oh,
You
wow.
can't expect for another person's um you know dream, or like maybe like you have got a BMW and I can't expect for a BMW. That's how, because I am happy with what I have, and I'm blessed with my parents who are understandable and who is understanding what I want now. And yeah,
So
I
being
believe in my
grateful.
prayer.
So praying
Yeah,
and being grateful.
yeah.
Wow. And how do you feel now then? So where are you now? Have you finished your studies or you're still studying? Like, where are you?
No, I am studying. I'm currently studying, and I do my small business, which is baking. And I do freelancing. And yeah, currently I'm studying.
Okay, okay. So you haven't finished the interior design yet.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay. And so I've spoken to lots of students who are in similar situations to you, and I'm sure there's so many more. What advice would you give to students who are maybe being pressured to study something they don't want to study? They don't know what to do. Like, what advice would you give
Yeah.
them?
I would say that believe in yourself, be kind to yourself, because kindness to within ourselves is something that is very, very, very important. Because I came across one of Jay Shetty's writing where he says, we usually end up crying when something fails, and we celebrate when something we do is successful. So we should be a person where we can tackle every situation in life. And it's you who should bring yourself out of the funk. Like don't fight with lack of motivation. Like be easy to yourself. If you feel unable to muster tons of energy, like let it be okay, and acknowledge yourself for a dip. Because once you have accepted your slump, get to the bottom of it. Like ask yourself, what is the root cause of the sluggish feelings? Go deeper than the obvious reasons, I would say. Like get clearer through the areas of life you're feeling most resistant. Like I would say, like keep the people who are demotivating away from you to keep yourself motivated. That's like the small piece of advice I would give
Wow,
to all the people who are at my age and whoever is struggling through this problem.
that's a great advice. How old are you, Shaima?
I'm 19.
Wow, it's amazing. But what about if the people who are demotivating you are family? Like, how do you stay away from them?
I am a talkative person. I can't keep myself shut. Like if I start talking, like I keep on talking. So it was a hard time for me, like because I make them understand, like it's
Okay,
not right. It's
okay.
not right to, because you have a dream. Because there are most of the people where okay, you share your dreams to them, they talk, they motivate you in front, and at the back they say, is it important for her, is it, it's going to be useless, there are some people around.
Yeah.
So I just keep myself away, like I don't end up talking to them, I just limit myself with them.
Okay. And like you said, and communication, so talking to your parents, telling them what you want to study and why, so a lot of communication went into that, helping them understand. Okay. And so what do you think, looking back, what would have helped you go through that? Like, what would have helped you more? Because it sounds like it was a bit of a struggle. Like, what would have made it easier for you?
I wish my parents, before I made them understand, I wish not just for my parents, I would say, to all the parents who are listening, or to all the teenagers parents, it's you to whom your child or your daughter or your son shares their feelings. It's you to whom they say what they want, they share your dreams. So why don't they aspire towards our dreams and our goals? Because parents are someone who is like very, very, very important for us in our life. Just because to fulfill our dreams, we can't let go of our parents. So I would say that every parent should aspire to their child's dream. That's one of the most important foundations a girl needs, especially because her strength is her mother. Her, her role model is her mother. So when the mother is being against the daughter's dream, then won't the daughter be left down? That's what I question to myself, and that's what I tell my mom. It's you to whom I share my dreams. Whom else would I go and say? So why don't you like help me? So she
Wow.
understands. She understands, and she talks to my dad, and she makes me feel even more better. She acts upon my dreams now. So I'm glad that I got the privilege to change the practices they have been through, like cultural practices, which has been a belief from generation to generation. So that in that way, I'm grateful.
Wow, it sounds like you were very honest and open, and you said exactly how you felt,
Yeah.
and that, I guess that helped. Yes. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much, Shaima. And is there anything else you would like to say before we finish?
Um, I hope like you don't change your dreams, or maybe because of others. Just keep yourself motivated, believe in yourself, because kindness towards ourselves is, which is very, very important. Self-awareness, self-kindness is something that boosts us.
Yeah.
So because when you stay away from people, that's when they come and seek for you. So let's go
Wow.
and fight for our dreams.
I love that. I love that. And if you could sum up this talk in one word, what would you say? What word would that be?
um what I would say is be challenging, that's what I would
Challenging.
say.
Brilliant. I love it. Thank you so much, Shaima. I'm sure everything that you said is very helpful for other teenagers going through similar situation. Thank you so much, and see you again soon.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Miss Jasmine.